Good morning. I am 5 minutes earlier today, as usual. If you're watching in recording, you're welcome to fast forward 5 minutes or stay with us through our hellos. I'm gonna tag everybody. Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Ari. Good morning, Jean. I am in Brooklyn today, staying with my friends. We'll be going to Long Island tomorrow, so on Saturday and Sunday I'll be going live from Long Island. I'm excited because the weather is nice. I just love being there. Good morning, Yanni. Good morning, Gina. Yeah, Gina, I was just saying I'm in Brooklyn with my friend, and this is like a lovely phone bell or whatever it is. I like it. All right, it is time for us to start, and today we are beginning with a new category from Brené Brown's book, The Atlas of the Heart, and the category is called Places We Go When We Fall Short, and it includes shame, perfectionism, guilt, humiliation, embarrassment, and self-compassion. So let's start with short definitions and examples to differentiate these emotions: shame, guilt, humiliation, and embarrassment. And in the next few days, we'll go deeper into each of them. So shame is saying, I am bad. The focus here is on self and not on a particular behavior. And as a result, you feel flawed and unworthy of love, belonging, and connection. When you feel shame, you don't even give yourself a chance to create any positive change, as your constant mantra here is, I'm so stupid, I just can't get anything right. Guilt is saying to yourself, I did something bad. So here the focus is on your behavior. Guilt is this discomfort we feel when we evaluate what we've done or failed to do, against our values. Your self-talk here is I did something stupid versus I am so stupid. So guilt actually can drive positive change if harnessed well. Humiliation is saying I've been belittled and put down by someone. This left me feeling unworthy of connection and disgusted with myself. This was unfair and I didn't deserve this. So the difference between humiliation and shame is that with shame, we actually believe that we deserve the sense of unworthiness. With humiliation, we don't feel we deserve it. And feeling stupid and angry as a result of humiliation is often what happens. Embarrassment is saying to yourself, I did something that made me uncomfortable, but I know I'm not alone. Everyone does these kinds of things. Embarrassment is usually a fleeting emotion, and sometimes even funny as we reflect on it. So in the next few days, we'll look deep at each of these emotional experiences and figure out how to harness the energies well to transform them into self-compassion and acceptance. Today we'll focus on shame. And this is what Brené Brown has to say about shame. First, we all have it. Shame is universal and one of the most primitive emotions that we experience. She says that the only people who don't experience shame are those who lack the capacity for empathy and human connection. Interesting. Second, we are all afraid to talk about it. Sometimes we can feel shame when we just say the word shame. But it's getting easier as more people are talking about it. And third, the less we talk about shame, the more control it has over us. Shame hates being spoken. So when we hear the word shame, our first thought is either, I have no idea what that means and I don't want to know, or I know exactly what it means and I don't want to talk about it, I just don't want to go there. Here are some examples that Brené Brown's research participants shared around shame. Shame is hiding the fact that I am in recovery. Shame is raging at my kids. Shame is bankruptcy. Shame is getting laid off and having to tell my pregnant wife. Shame is my boss calling me an idiot in front of clients. Shame is my husband leaving me for my next door neighbor. Shame is my partner asking me for a divorce and telling me that she wants children but not with me. Shame is infertility. And of course, the list goes on and on and on. Shame is this fear of disconnection. It's the fear that something we've done or failed to do, an ideal that we've not lived up to, or a goal that we've not accomplished, makes us unworthy of human connection. We say to ourselves, I am unlovable. I don't deserve. I don't belong. Shame is the intensely painful feeling or experience of believing that we are flawed and therefore unworthy of love, belonging, and basic human connection. As I mentioned before, shame thrives on secrecy, silence, and judgment. And so the antidote to shame is empathy. If we reach out and share our shame experience with someone who responds with empathy, shame actually dissipates. So shame needs you to believe that you are alone, and empathy is a hostile environment for shame. And of course, self-compassion also helps us move through shame, but we really need empathy as well as self-compassion for this important reason. Shame is a social emotion. It gets born in society, and it happens between people, and so it needs to be healed between people. Even if I feel it alone, shame is the way I see myself through someone else's eyes. Self-compassion is often the first step to healing shame. We need to be kind to ourselves before we can share our stories with someone else. So we need to accept that we have shame, but then we really need to share it in order to heal it. So let's explore this painful emotion together right now and see if we can start discovering this courage that's necessary to bring our shame out into the daylight so that it can be shared with trusted others who can drown it out in empathy. As always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle in. Scan your body, noticing your physical sensations, your thoughts, your emotions. Noticing how you're really feeling right now. Allow yourself to breathe freely without trying to control your breath. Just observe how it flows in and out, how your body responds to each inhale and each exhale. Shame is associated with our third chakra, our solar plexus center. This chakra is responsible for our identity and usually develops fully during our teen years, when we get very much attuned to the world reflecting ourselves back to us, our behaviors and our innate qualities. So this is when we decide on our identity, and this is when shame develops as well, when the reflection that the world provides is less than desirable. So bring your attention now to your solar plexus and start repeating the word shame, shame, shame. As you do this, notice all the physical sensations that arise, all the thoughts, all the emotions. See if you can simply stay in this space without trying to fix anything, without any judgment, without trying to run away, push whatever discomfort under the rug. And perhaps you'll be able to connect with the shame you've been experiencing consciously or subconsciously. Perhaps you'll be able to really connect with it and name it. What is it for you? If so, stay with that. But maybe you'll feel a big no, a huge resistance to this exercise. No, I don't want to connect with my shame. I don't want to open this can of worms. What for? And that's totally fine too. See if you can stay with this no and allow it to get dissolved into the spaciousness of your kind and curious attention. Remind yourself that to heal the wound of shame, we must move from judgment to worthiness. And self-acceptance is about identifying all the things we judge ourselves harshly for and welcoming them back in. It's about acknowledging that all the things we judge others for are really reflections of the parts of ourselves in hiding. The self-acceptance is saying, all of me is welcome here, especially my vulnerabilities. So now place your hand on your solar plexus area and repeat after me a few times. All of me is welcome here, especially my vulnerabilities. All of me is welcome here, especially my vulnerabilities. Keep noticing your physical sensations, your thoughts, your emotions. Remember, you're not trying to solve anything here, and you're not trying to fix anything. You're not trying to suddenly feel worthy. This exercise is simply about opening yourself up to everything that is you. And remind yourself that whatever you find out is experienced by everybody. It's part of our shared humanity. Nothing more, nothing less. So whenever you notice the next wave of intense discomfort, of shame, simply repeat again, all of me is welcome here, especially my vulnerabilities. All of me is welcome here, especially my vulnerabilities. All of me is welcome here, especially my vulnerabilities. Tomorrow we will look at the ways that we can build shame resilience. But for today, I invite you to continue connecting with this discomfort of shame that lives in your solar plexus. Reminding yourself that it's okay to feel this way, that everybody feels it, feels this way about something, that this is what makes us human. And of course, if you feel ready and inspired to share your shame with our group, post something in the comments. Remember, this is a non-judgment space that we can provide empathy, that we can be this first step to opening up, owning the shameful experience and moving away from it towards your innate worthiness. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.